Welcome to page 7 of Excel packet number 4. On page 7, we're going to discuss slope. The slope of a line is the numerical measurement of its pitch or its rise over run. Slope is represented by the letter M. And it's a ratio, please jot down these notes, of the rise compared to the run. Or another way of stating it is the change in y, and we use the symbol delta, which is a triangle, change in y over a change in x. Comparing how the y's are changing to how the x's are changing. Let's take a look at our 4 different types of slope. We have a positive slope and a negative slope. Positive slope goes uphill and a negative slope goes downhill. We'll talk about that in a moment. There's also a third case called a zero slope. This is a horizontal line, and this line has no rise and no run. It has a zero slope. And finally, the last type of line is a line that has no slope, or undefined slope. This is a vertical line. And a vertical line is straight up and down, and it has no slope, or quite often undefined is another way we refer to it. So let's take a moment and read each of the stories that go along with the different slopes. Remember, when we examine each of these lines, we're going to move our eyes from left to right on the coordinate plane. Take a look at the first red line with a positive slope, and let's read. Lines that have a positive slope slant uphill. In this case, Ski-Bird is moving uphill. Let's go to number 2, negative slope. In this case, we can see moving left to right. Once again, we're going to look at the coordinate plane with our eyes moving left to right. We can see that this line goes downhill. And as we read, it states, lines that have a negative slope slant downhill as we view them from left to right. Ski-Bird in this case is moving downhill. In case number 3, it states, lines that are horizontal have zero slope. And lastly, case number 4, vertical lines have no slope or undefined slope. Ski-Bird cannot ski vertically. Sheer doom awaits Ski-Bird at the bottom of the vertical hill. His fate is undefined. So here are our 4 different slopes. Mostly we're working with case 1, positive slope, and case 2, negative slope. But we have to realize that the other 2 cases do exist. And lastly, remember, when we're looking at rise and run, that ratio, rise looks at the movement up or down. Please take down these notes. And the run is going to look at your movement to the side. So let's take a look at our first line we're given. Starting at the left, we're going to make a nice dot. And we're going to connect it, moving left to right, to another dot on that line. First, we're always going to rise and move upward. This is considered your rise. That's where the rise value is going to come from. And then your movement sideways, that is going to be your run value. And let's move to case number 2, negative slope. Make a dot on the line here to the left, and then moving left to right, make another dot. Your rise value will be this vertical change. That's considered your rise. And your run value is your movement sideways. My advice, always rise up or down first, get that value, and always run second. Please take down these notes, stop your video, make sure you have the information on this page posted on your page. Take a moment and put these notes down on paper. When you're done, move on to the next step. But please make sure your notes are complete.